Hey guys, this video will be purely for beginners. So I'm going to show you and explain a combination which is for beginners. We're going to learn to make it fluent, beautiful and lightly looking. I made simple trick combination. I will explain all the steps and details. So I'm sure if you put an effort to this combination, you will manage to do it. So always use a mat for your safety. If you even if you feel safe, I suggest you always put a mat. You never know what's going to happen, okay? And always train your both sides. Do not skip it, especially if you are a beginner. That's the road where you choose to be one-sided or you choose to be equally strong on your both sides. Now let's connect everything together. Step around, pirouette, Juliet spin and clocks. So step around, pirouette, Juliet spin, turn in and clocks. Good. Now this is the first part of our combination. Next part, we're going to do a little bit tricks. Nothing too serious, but for a beginner it can be pretty hard. So that's why we're doing this separately, and afterwards we're going to try to connect it together. Our combination starts with a spinning climb. Nothing too serious, but watch. You take a step with the inside leg and you have to create a little swing with the outside one to start your rotation. Next thing, your outside hand will go here on your elbow. Like we do in the climb, you're pushing away. Because you have to create a distance, pushing away. You can push away with this kind of arm as well. It's easier for me to do this than this, of course, to create a bigger movement. So you choose elbow, pushing away, or here. Because you have to get a distance to put your legs in a position to climb. So you make a step around, little swing, push, and the starting position in your climb. And the next move is you do not hesitate to regrip and create the next climb. Okay? So we take a swing, push, up, and my other elbow goes here. Now from here, you do not have to do the second climb, you just push away from your elbow, straighten and sit. And the outside hand goes underneath your lower leg. In a normal grip, here. And you do not shift your weight to back, you're shifting to side to open up this leg, the upper one. Now here, you can try to do this on the floor. You are sitting, shifting to the side, and opening up. Now here, next move is going to be, we are pushing knee here. To learn to do this pretty not like this, yeah, you have to slide your arm a little bit lower. And you have to be onto the side, not leaning back to the side. And then you will have a space here where your knee goes. And if you got this far, the next thing you have to start to work with your hip. Close your hip. Yes? And then the upper leg will hook here. So let's try. Spinning climb, step, push, spinning position, switch hands, straighten your legs, sit. Swing, push, switch, straighten, sit, hand, open up, like here. Now, my knee goes through here, and I hook. And now I will release, regrip, and go into this position. Some call it viva, some call it just a hook or something, not sure. It doesn't matter. And after here, we have to go into our tight hold. And after here, handstand and floor butterfly. And after here, we're going to move into Scorpio on the floor. The spinning climb, it's important that you push the pole together with your knees. You are not trying to pull up with your hands, you're trying to push away from your legs. So that's why this position is really important, because it can help you a lot to make the next movement. So the closer you get your knees to your elbow or here, the bigger and easier is going to be the next step. And the next step is here. To hold yourself like this and sit pretty, you may need to understand better this movement. The upper arm is pulling and the elbow is pushing. Pulling and pushing. So I have made videos for climb techniques and for grip techniques, and so you can check out those videos. If you have seen them already, that's great, because this is when we are using this. We are pushing away to make a pretty sit. Not like this, but to point our toes, straighten our knees and sit, and to make this movement clean and look easy. So, and the next one. How to manage to get your knee through. My beginners usually struggle with this, but it's because they do not understand the technique at first. So that's why listen carefully. You go to the side, not to the back, okay? And you put your knee through, close your hip, and the foot is gonna come right through by itself. So we sit, I go to side, here, lean to the side, not to back. If I need, I slide my hand over here, not when you open up your leg. And the other one is just right here. I'm sitting on my hand a little bit. Open up, knee through, here, voila. Hook, regrip, and here. Now this trick is really important, because when you are learning your Superman, I bet you've all done this, you do not put your foot here. You put it here. Your lower leg is holding you as your knee is holding you. You're not holding just on your upper knee. Your lower leg thigh here is also sticked into the pole and it holds you. So you do not tuck in here, you do this, like a straddle sit. It's the same. Knee, here. And then you can release your upper arm because you feel safe. You should feel safe here. This is a beginner's trick. It should not be difficult if you try to understand technique. Now, the upper knee is pulling, the lower leg is pushing you away. So let's try one more time from the floor. We set, we lean to the side, slide our arm a little bit, open up, knee goes through, hook, regrip, switch, and voila. Look up, and your lower arm is strong. Don't fall into your shoulder. Push yourself away. Good. Our next move is how to get from here to our thigh hold. Now, thigh hold is, you have to understand, you're holding with your thighs. So it's really important to understand that. When you understand that, you kind of know the movement already. So one more time, from the low position, you go into here. You did this. Now you slide your lower arm a little bit down, and while you're sliding, you are turning to pole here. So it's really important that you keep your knee, keep it holding strong, okay? Now a little bit higher. We open up, this goes through, hook, bam, slide, and turn. I keep my lower leg straight because it helps me hold here. Now after this, if you are releasing your arms really good, if no, you can just find the floor and your straight leg goes here. So we're in your handstand positions. I made a video for handstands as well. So please check out that video if you're not sure about your handstands. Or better, just finish the combo with this position, okay? Because handstands is really about technique, pushing away, not falling to your shoulders to make a pretty line and your position strong. So we went into our floor butterfly. I hope you got this far. So next thing, we have to understand how we can go into that rotational Scorpio thing. So we are here in our floor butterfly. So I'm going to my left leg is straight, so I'm going to left side. And I'm going to switch to the side here, and I'm holding with my right arm. I'm letting it go, I'm holding with my left one. And I'm turning, and switching legs at the end. Okay? So this is not hard, you just have to trust the movement. Trust the movement and let it happen. No, do not stop in the middle. You just, if you're going, then you're going, okay? Because you can injure yourself or hit yourself a little bit if you're trying to. Always put a mat. If you're not sure, put a mat and learn with the mat. Or if you have a spotter, that's really great. Use that spotter. So one more time. We went here. Now we're moving to our thigh hold. Putting our hands shoulder wide, pushing. Pretty pose. Now I'm leaning to my left hand and boom. And open up and come down in a pretty way. Okay? So let's try to put this combination all together now, remembering the first part of this video. Now, step around, pirouette, Juliet spin, turn in, bam. Now, I turn and I do the spinning climb, push, extend, sit, lean to the side, open up, leg goes through, hook, bam. Now we rest a little bit here and we go into our thigh hold, into our handstand, lean to the left if your left leg is straight, and boom. Open up and up. One really important tip when you're doing that floor butterfly into your Scorpio, you can use your armpit. Well, it's good if you use it, it's a lot easier and better. If you're holding your hand and this armpit goes also into the pole, it will help you control the movement and feel a lot safer. So I'm going to show you where I'm using this armpit. Here, bam, I'm leaning up my armpit and then I change. So basically I'm trying to grip my armpit and only then I change my legs. Let's try this combination one more time. Now I'm sure you all know that you have to do everything on your both sides, even this whole combination. So one more time. Step around, look proud, and Juliet, clocks, and step, swing, open up, sit, lean to the side, open, goes through, hook, pose, now, tight hold, floor butterfly, try to keep it as pretty as you can, and boom. Open and open. Really important is cool down. I always cool down. So in my cool down, as the workouts are just an hour long, I do not stretch splits. We have separate stretching classes for that, but we do stretch our chest muscle. It's really, really important after every workout, stretch your chest muscles, because mostly what we do on a pole is internal rotation in your shoulders. So we need to compensate that by stretching it out at least. So how do we do that? We lie on our tummy like this, and you put your hand into a 90-degree position, fingers wide open, and the opposite leg goes here. Now before it goes to the side, try to put your shoulder into the floor more. Like, don't lift it up and then you go to the side. Try to push it into the floor as much as you can by helping with the other arm. In the front it looks like this. I'm here, you see this little movement? I push and here it goes more into the floor. Then the leg goes here. You don't have to touch the floor if you can't. But if you can, when you touch the floor, you try to open up your knee more so you can feel the stretch in your chest muscles and your pecs. And we switch the other one, push and stretch. Now you can hold this stretch longer if you feel like it. One more for your back. So I always do this after my workouts. You lie on your back. Now your left leg goes more into here. Not your hip line, but a little bit inward. Now, and your right hand and shoulder goes into the floor a little bit higher than your shoulder line. Not here, a little bit higher, okay? And your palm is facing the ceiling. And I pull my knee here and I push it to the side. Try not to lift up your back from to the floor. Your shoulder is sticked into the floor. And now here you can start to feel the stretch in your back, in your lower back. It's really, really important to release the pressure, the tension. And we switch. Exhale here when you put your knee as further as you can, and then there is your time cue where to exhale. Good. Now if you feel the extra tension in your back, well, we didn't do any back bending or anything here, but you can always release and stretch by doing this. You should feel your lower back stretching. You can straighten your knees or bend them, whatever it feels better for you. Then we slowly roll down. And one more exercise, the last one, I promise. We put one hand onto the other and we connect our hands. So if you cannot connect your hands, you just take this finger, and this connection line is your center line. Like if you take your finger, this is your center. You have to keep it into the center to stretch your trapezius muscles like really deep because they need it. So, and I keep my elbows shoulder line, okay? My right hand goes above, I connect and I stretch. So since my right hand is above the left one, I put the hand into, push them to the right. So here I do not lower my elbows, I keep them shoulder line. And here you breathe deeply while you're feeling the stretch in your upper back. And exhale, release, and switch the other arm. And to the left side. And release. If you have any questions, just write them in the comments, and I hope you did well. Train safe and see you next time. Bye!